Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new Sunnystream. And let me just say, I can't believe it, but today is our first Sunnystream of 2025. Isn't that crazy, Mystical and Abby?
Insane.
First Sunnystream
Amazing.
of the year. Someone just commented on a recent short and they said, "High key, this looks gas." What does gas mean?
That's a good thing.
What does gas mean? Is it an acronym?
I don't know how to explain it. When someone says, "High key, this looks like gas," I'm thinking gasoline
Oh,
and fuel, good stuff.
good, good.
It's gonna be a good show.
Yes, it will. In 2025, baby. Hello, Copics. Hello, Thorn. Hello, everybody. It is such a delight having y'all here today. And, yes, we are going to do a lot of stuff in our stream. Oh my god, Mystical, your stream template thing looks so cool.
Thank you.
Whoa. Your actual avatar looks like it could be like a royal of Cora. Like
Smoke, maybe.
what?
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can try to do both streams. I just have to change a few things.
I think you could. Hello, Stellamity. Hello, Gabriel. Hello, Jelio. Hello, A Simple Potato. Hello, Duke of Scotland. Hello, Strawberry. So yes, and also obviously Dev. Hello. Mystical is currently animating shot 19, and I am also chipping away at the theme. And as I do such, I don't know where Abby is, but when they come back, we may start.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
you're
just
here.
muted because I don't want the echo if my phone's in this house.
I mean, I don't hear any echo, but I was gonna say I might DM you about some pilot stuff that we could actually multitask and accomplish here as well. Because I might also do some stuff for that today.
That sounds good.
Do you think, as we're on stream, you could take one more gander at the previous scene list we had with a fresh mindset, and I guess also remembering, I don't know, just fresh mindset. And if there's anything that stands out to you or you think it doesn't flow well, especially just again with the scenes that we have, if you think there's anything that should be added or taken away to provide that Cora atmosphere, to build the main force connection, or just the whole narrative and in a plot diagram way.
I'll take a look.
Yeah. Thank you. And then if there's anything you want to like save for notes, like you can write that down and then we'll look at it. I mean, Mystical and Avi, yes. Still, I mean, I do my stuff. Mystical is the animation director, of course, and Avi is one of the lead writers of the show. So the pilot is going to be around, don't quote me on this, but we're thinking around 20 minutes. However, I think we might do something unique with our Kickstarter that some productions don't do. People might think we're a little weird for this, but I don't think we are. One of the stretch goals I'd say is going to be to add 10 minutes to it. Is that weird, Mystical? Like, to add 10 minutes to the pilot? Like, for a stretch goal? Because, like, listen. Let's say we have this entire 30-minute pilot written out. Okay, that's, like, the best possible version of the pilot. And, like, obviously it's, like, a third more expensive to produce. And then, like, but we know how we would cut it out to fit 20 minutes if that's what our budget would, like, make for. So the original, like, crowdfund is for the 20-minute version, and then if it's, like, really successful, we have a stretch goal that goes into, like, oh, if we get to that amount of money, we can make it 30 minutes, like, the full thing.
I'm a little distracted at the moment trying to fix things.
Oh, okay. No worries, no worries. But yeah, that's just for everyone watching. I think that's how we're gonna do it. But yeah.
Oh my god.
What happened?
I hate how loud she is.
I mean, now on the stream you can't hear her because of the music.
Mute me.
Mute you?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm currently messing around with stuff.
Oh, okay. Tell me when to unmute you. Guys, Mystical has been muted. Goodbye, Mystical.
Then why are we here?
Remember, castle dioramas are expected tomorrow.
Why are we here?
Remember, castle dioramas are expected tomorrow.
Then why are we here?
Remember, castle dioramas are expected tomorrow.
Then why are we here?
Remember.
Ritual? I see. Hello. Let's see what's going on YouTube real quick. Yes.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I just unmuted you, Mystical.
I was asking if it sounded better. Hello? Hello? I don't know if muted again.
You're unmuted currently. I was just trying to look for the doc. Anyway, I'm going to look at YouTube now. Okay, let's see the comments. Let's see. Izzy's the Izzy the animator. My persona's adopted royal. Well, that's interesting. World building. I got abducted by aliens. No, Gabriel. We are all still here. Hopefully. Daniel Penella. I have no idea how to pronounce your surnames. How about we call the personas of SROC maybe Corsonas? Oh, that was an interesting idea. But however, not all. What if you had mortal Sona though? Gotta think about that later.
Remember, Castle Remember, Castle
Jump scare was right. So that made the music playing is one of the core forest themes. Let me see which theme it is.
Oh my god, I should be playing that too on my stream.
I currently do not have the YouTube tab open, like playing music right, like playing like sound right now, so I cannot hear which theme it is. But it is one of the core forest themes, and it's on the YouTube.
Apologies, everyone. I have returned.
Oh,
What are you guys talking about?
I'm just going through the comments right now. We were talking about the music. Which one of the core forest themes is playing right now?
Zephyr.
Okay, yeah, Zephyr.
so if that's the case, I'm
Also,
gonna play
I found the rough scene plan, but I remember there being a detailed scene plan for the pilot. And do you have that somewhere?
How detailed?
I remember us talking about what, like, the scenery stuff, like the stuff of the Star Palace.
Oh. I don't think that we put that in a doc. I think that was just in the chats. But
Okay.
were you on SROC pilot plan?
Yes.
Okay, that's the best one.
Okay.
Did you hear what I said about the 30-minute stretch goal?
Yes.
Do you agree that that would be good?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yay!
I shall go back to reading and I shall DM you my comments.
Alright. Also, if you feel like refining anything or like just I trust you completely. If you feel like refining anything, literally just changing it, switching a scene up, do it. Actually just do it.
Alright. Thank you.
Yeah. So I turned the music off, everyone, because
remember, Castle remember, Castle
because I'm currently in the process of writing the theme, the main theme song. Let's see. Are all the nations that have been inspired been confirmed in the Discord? I think someone needs to write down and keep a list. We do have our own list as like the production. I don't know if I want us to share the actual document because some things change. However, if you ask about any kingdom and its origin, we'll tell you, and the map is also out there. Someone might be able to put that in the Discord as well. Is there an Egypt? Yes, so if you guys have any questions about like, oh, is there a kingdom inspired by this and that, just ask Dev. And Dev will answer you in the chat. This keyboard? Or do you mean the keyboard of like the song, Zephyr's theme? Because this is my actual keyboard in real life. When it comes to what John G, who's one of our composers, who composed Zephyr and River's theme, uses, I'm not quite sure, and I don't know what Calamity, who produced Hazel and Crescenta's theme, used either.
Remember, Castle Di-
Hello. Yes. So, let's see. This is a bit weird to do on stream. My process is odd. However, I'm currently, as I told Mystical, I'm working on the bridge and how it would sound. For one of the music, so this is actually for the main theme. So the main motif for the theme song. So it's obviously gonna be like actually produced with instruments and all. I'm just figuring out the notes, but the main motif for the show is.
Remember, Castle Di-
And then the bridge, so it'd go straight from that chorus to. Wait, sorry, I mean, I mean. Or something like. And then we go right back to.
Remember, Castle Di- Remember, Castle Di- Remember, Castle Dioramas. Remember.
Yeah. Sunnyside does not necessarily have. Actually, does it have a student council? We'll see. We might put that in. Remember, we don't even have a pilot out yet, so we can do whatever we want. Yes. Thank you, Impress Galaxy. Oh, do you get jump scared every single time Isla speaks? A piece of lore. I'm not just gonna give you a piece. If you ask a question that would potentially allow me to give lore that is not spoilery, I may be able to, but it's a little too unspecific. Do you apply a character's trauma to your art? I'm not really sure specifically what you mean by that question. Could you be a little bit more specific? Because I think that sounds interesting. Cost what I'm expected tomorrow. Who is the hardest character to write for, and why? Doesn't have to be a member of the core 4. Great question. Okay. I think the hardest character to write would probably be I've Crescenta and River. I know you said it doesn't have to be from the main 4, but I do think I'm gonna say Crescenta and River because truly they. First of all, we have to write them a lot because they are in the main 4. But also, when it comes to Crescenta, she. And I can relate to this myself, a lot of people can. She code switches, she kind of adjusts to her environment, and also she doesn't give much away. That's where I kind of can't relate, because when I speak, sometimes I really let things slip, but Crescenta isn't. She doesn't like being too vulnerable. So it's things like that, and also really making sure it's the right kind of sass. I think there's different categories of sass, and for Crescenta, it's a very specific satirical sass that is almost like kind of genuine. Like it's I don't know, and you have to keep that in mind. It's not like a super like mean girl, but it's not like she's like it's not like she's like a surfer from California either. Not surfer.
Little warning, I'm gonna.
Oh, you're warning
I'm gonna
people
play
now.
the audio.
Honestly, I'm just gonna turn that down. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So. It's not like she's one of the. What is that called? What is that called? The accent where it's like, oh my god. Whatever that is. She's
Valley
it's not
Girl?
Valley Girl. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Not Surfer California, but it's not like she's like a Valley Girl either. That's just a different kind of sass, I think. It's somewhere there. And for River, I think making really rounding him out and applying everything that is him without any biases of, you know, coming across likable or unlikable. He's quite complex, and it's very important to me when I'm writing River. I just have this, like, I'm so paranoid that people are going to perceive him as a stereotypical nerd character, and or just completely, like, unlikable, like, shut up River, which isn't the case either. It's like, so it's just finding the right balance there, I'd say. Which kingdom is the oldest in Cora? I can't answer that, sorry. Me when I ask questions that are worded so that I can get answers to questions I'm not supposed to. Castle dioramas are expected tomorrow. Castle dioramas are expected tomorrow. The drawing kind of looks a little bit like Limo Grab from the side angle right now. I don't know what that is. Does Cora have a... What did you say, Mystical?
Did they say lemon grab?
I think.
How dare you?
Was that rude? Oh, Gabriel.
Have you never watched Adventure Time?
Oh, wait. It's been a while, okay? Hello? 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 That is not what Isla looks like from the side. That's actually kind of derogatory to anyone who has that nose. That's a normal nose. That's a regular, like, a lot of people have that nose. Hello? Does Cora have a god or something? Not really. But it's...
Cora the chorus.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask. I think there was interesting stuff about the characters and lore that I missed in the previous 4 live streams. Maybe there was. Just found this lovely work in progress of a show. It looks very cool from the little you've seen. Thank you, Alina. She's, I think diva is a good way to put it. I think it's kind of difficult to not project, like, somewhat yourself when you're writing something. I think every writer should, what's beautiful about art is that it's an expression, and that every piece of art is unique and special and liked because the artist, there's a little sprinkle of them in it. I think there are some times where it's like, it gets so far as, like, self-inserts and also just completely, like, every character speaks the same. But I think that's more of a book issue, like, because, you know, stuff like this has a team, like, you know. But I think personally, like, for SROC, at least when it comes to me and my side of things, my personal stuff is more scattered throughout everything thematically. It's like it's broad enough to where it's like it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm not like self-inserting, but this show and what it's about resonates deeply with me. Just its premise, just the very premise, and that's really all that, and everything else just comes from that. So it's not like I don't personally feel like this itch to like vent, or like this isn't my expression. You know what I'm saying? I think even when people apply to be a part of like different projects, they have to kind of relate to the general like intrinsic antagonist. Do you know what I mean by that? Am I like spewing nonsense? Okay, look, I'll be straightforward. Sunnyside is at its core a story about perfectionism and people pleasing. To make that bigger, specifically, you know, for parents, I'd say. I think it's definitely a parental story. I think it's also about kind of coming into your own, healing. There's a couple different things. Yeah, trying to meet expectations, and I think those themes are very important to me as well. Yeah. And because those are the general themes, like it feels very natural to write the show in general, and to write these characters, because they are kind of all struggling with that piece. I know, Gabriel, don't worry. No worries, Gabriel. It was kind of funny. I think anyone would see through the nerd things about River that he is a complex character. Thank you, Holloway. That actually is really reassuring. That is very reassuring. Because I'm so worried. I worry so much that like people who've seen the proof of concept just think like, oh, like River's just this nerd character, and like he's such a, well, actually. But if you've seen the proof of concept animatic and still think River is beyond that, that makes me very happy. Can wands be used for or with Malaforge? Oh my god. No. Because that's not wands kind of counteracted, actually. Like, wands are an alternative to Malaforge. So first of all, it just doesn't make sense to use for someone to be using Malaforge with a wand, nor is it like possible. Okay, here's my next question. Is Zephyr ambidextrous? He was writing / drawing with both hands in the last YouTube short. So the way they do art is a little bit different. It's not that he was like drawing and writing with two hands. It's just that you have to like. It's a different art form that requires those tools to be used in like with both hands. But you know what? I'd say Zephyr is ambidextrous. I think writing characters with different preferences, perceptive, and mindset is a big writer problem I'm kind of struggling to try. Yeah, I think you really have to try and get into the mindset of others and specifically what makes them the way that they are. Because if you had gone through like the order of events that that person had gone through and your psyche had been like molded in that way, your motivations and mindset and the way you went about challenges would be the same. I think that's like a long way of saying try to put yourself in their shoes, empathize, and maybe think about someone in real life that might have a similar mindset. If you're really struggling with that, I'm actually curious about who might be the main antagonist of the series. People personal. You know, I'm rewatching the proof of concept. River's the only one walking to his parent. Hazel's parents are what? Logic from above, and Crescenta is all on her own. Mm-hmm. Good observations. And Zephyr is nowhere to be seen. That's because Zephyr's... what do you know about that?
I think I have finished editing the pilot document.
Yes!
Also, I DM'd you a few things.
Thank you. Wait, I'm gonna do one last rendition of this, and then I'm gonna move on from music.
Alright.
So I can check that out. Oh, it's just that... Well, I'm gonna go slower, and then I'll be done. No. Okay. Work in progress, but I'm just gonna give some commentary to the stream to provide some context. The only part of this bridge that is iffy for me is, okay, we start the build off with boom, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. And then the dynamics switch up a bit. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Well, it doesn't get quicker. I don't know why I did that. And then here is the only thing that. Oh my god, I found it, but I'm never gonna find that again. At least, oh my god, it's recorded. It's on stream. That's so good. I'm so happy with that, what I just did. Lovely. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do a key change at the end. So instead of, it'll become. Love a good key change. But yes, I'm stepping away from the piano, Abby. We'll get back to that later. But yeah, apologies for the clunkiness. It is a work in progress. But I hope you guys at least enjoy listening to the process of coming to that. And one day it'll be an actual song and you'll be like, oh my god, I was there when it was being made. In the demo piano phase. So that'll be fun for everyone, I'm sure. Let's get Zephyr's theme back up in here because I know y'all have missed it. Let's see what people are saying. And then I'm going to do some pilot stuff with Abby.
I think I might end stream soon.
When? Now?
I'll finish up these few frames, and then I think we'll end there.
Alright, that sounds good. Will SROC have any kind of intro in the future? I'm still thinking about that. I will keep you updated on that one. Talks are happening. Malforge isn't a person, it's like a corruption, I'd say. Yes. Malaforge is not a person. It's a force. We don't know for sure, but I think I figured it. Hello, Ultra Tiger Line. Yes, we were just working on the theme, Sweet Dog. See, the villain. How do I say this? We have an interesting antagonist structure, I'd say. But the villain is not necessarily like the villain, nor is the villain relevant to the pilot. There are things that go down, but it's so funny. The villain is not the problem. Hello, Thatch. The school bell stuff. Yes, there is a reason the school bell is the way it is. And that is a great suggestion. I love the little the little Discord plug. Thank you, Dev. Want a break from the ads? Want a break from the ads? Want a break from the ads? The core of the royals is more like a stone or crystal or even a metal. It's kind of like a crystal, but not really. Is it the way that society works and Cora being the problem? The main villain is
Hello,
actually...
John.
Oh my god, John!
Hello.
Hello! This is such perfect timing. I feel so musical. Can I, if you wanna, if you're like not busy, and, okay, sorry, I don't know why I'm just like hard launching this. Okay, how are you? How are you, John?
I just chugged a large bowl of spicy Korean soup. How is everyone doing?
That's so good. I'm hungry now.
Ha!
Guys, if you don't know, John is one of the two amazing music composers of the show, and he is such a king, and he makes his own music on YouTube, and he live streams, and he likes Star Wars.
All that jazz. Hey everyone. It's been a while since I've been on a stream. I think I missed like almost over a month's worth of streams now.
That is fine. A month's worth of streams is like 3 streams.
I've got a project loaded up. I'm going to try and multitask. I know that's not technically possible, but I've got a project loaded up in the back. I'm not sure if anybody can hear it right now under confidentiality reasons, but I'm going to try and work on the thing. You know what? I mean, we'll understand.
Oh.
I'm trying to work
You
on
can
the
talk
thing.
about the thing.
Can I talk about the thing?
Yeah, because I was literally just going on about the thing.
Okay, so I guess I'll talk about the thing then. Wait, I gotta configure my mic sensitivity because different calls call for different microphone settings. There we go. So that you can still hear me talk, but you won't hear me like drink my water
Yeah.
because I have a pretty big tumbler. Anyway, How's everyone doing today? It's currently 3 p.m. in the afternoon for me. It's quite hot. How did everyone spend their new year? That goes for the people in the call as well.
Oh, I had such a good New Year's Eve. I had a little like get together with my good friends, and then I watched fireworks with my family. That was lovely.
Did anybody else like say, "All right, I can live without seeing the fireworks. I'm super tired. Can I go to bed now?" Anybody else feel that? I felt like that. That's how you know I'm getting old.
Okay, calm down now. You ain't that old, John.
I do feel quite a bit old. Big crowds overwhelm me.
That's fair. How do you necessarily obtain a wand? Is it by status or just by buying it from a local convenience store?
It's store-bought. Everything is store-bought.
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, wands are store-bought. They are expensive, but yeah, exactly. I'd equate the value of a wand to the value of like a phone, and old phones get less expensive as they get older, but like new phones, like the Wand Pro Max 13, would
And you're
probably
supposed to get like iOS updates.
yeah, it would be expensive.
What's like the S-Rock equivalent of an old Nokia phone? I'm curious.
Don't we actually have an image of that?
What'd you say?
Don't we actually have an image of an older wand that's basically a Nokia?
I think we do. Is it like a stick wand thing?
Yeah, it's like a stick wand made of inscription wood with like a crystal at the bottom that you just like stick into the ground.
Oh, it's in Isla's classroom.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna show it to them, but y'all can try and find it. It's in the background.
Treasure hunt.
Yeah, it's like the first wand ever. The first model. Yeah.
Buy the newest updated Pro Air Wand. Available at your local store today. Batteries not included. You must be 18 years or older to order.
Oh, I thought that was an actual ad that popped up on my Spotify.
Actually?
The Nokia
Wanna break
wand
from the
thing just
ads?
like made me with the Nokia
Shut
wand
up.
made me think of like how maybe like some wands aren't waterproof. Then I thought of like, what if a water wand wasn't waterproof?
I'd be down to see that. Just like just some tidbits of like comic. If we're still pushing through for like a webcomic type of deal, you could be like, what if a water wand was not actually waterproof? How would that ensue? I would like to see that.
Yeah, I don't know if we can.
Random question: is there any reason why Zephyr has gray eyes, or is it just because he's wind themed? Actually, it's because Zephyr is dead inside. So like,
No,
That's just-
that is not the reason.
that's not the reason.
No, that's his magic.
Then why is he the emo kid out of the four?
Who said he's emo? Did you just call Zephyr emo?
I asked. There was one time. All right, chat. There was one time where I asked the community, like, out of the main four protagonists, who would be like the most emo? Like, who would be the most likely to listen to stuff like Welcome to the Black Braid and stuff? And in unison, everybody said Zephyr. So like, I'm just basing my answer off of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it would.
Because like the jacket and the, just Zephyr being Zephyr, it makes sense. But no,
Okay, but I feel
don't
like
take any of my responses as canon. I've told this in many streams. Any answer that I probably give to the chat is 100% non-canon and just should not be taken seriously.
I feel like Zephyr would be punk, and then Hazel would be emo, and Crescentia would be goth.
Eh? What about River?
No,
River's
River's too
OPM
straight-laced
because
for
River's
that.
special like that.
There ain't no way.
River's a prep.
Who is the most? I'm gonna ask Mystical this one. Who is the most likely from the main four to be obsessed with Epic the musical.
Probably Crescenta.
Probably Crescenta. I also feel like I'm leaning more towards Hazel.
That checks out. I agree.
Now I'm just like thinking of like My Immortal with SSR.
Oh gosh, no.
My name is Kristen. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I was about to say the opening line to My Immortal with Crescenta's name instead of
When it comes
Ebony's
to
name.
I will do it. I'll do it. I volunteer.
When it comes to SRC webcomic, which is someone mentioned that, we had a whole thing planned and it's kind of on the back burner. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's still possible, but it's so outdated. But also, people did so much work for it. Oh, like Mystical. Mystical literally did so much for that comic. So we might release the one that was completed, but it's complicated, yeah. Because even things like
My name is Crescenta Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
yes,
No.
things like Hazel's hair are just not the same. Since Darkness Dementia Ravenway, Jesus.
Because tonight would be the night that I will fall for you. I'm supposed to be working. We're supposed to be working.
But I was gonna say, if you are going to be working on the thing, which is the theme, I was actually just working on the,
The other thing?
the bridge from the actual song.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I mean, Mystical is just like finishing up, but if you would like to do a little music stream, we can make this a music stream, as well.
I just personally wouldn't know how it would function, because like, I don't want something to crash unlike last time I was here.
Oh, okay, that happened. I didn't know that happened.
And I'm just trying to like copy paste certain stuff. It's mapped out in my head. It's mapped out in my head. The thing is mapped out in my head. It's just a matter of like putting these things in actuality. But I also don't know how to configure the sounds. Like the last demo of the thing that I sent to you like literally yesterday, there wasn't any modulation, there was no adjustments and all that stuff. So I'm trying to do that now, trying to focus on a very specific manner.
Earlier,
If I can, like, I'm gonna try. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna try to like configure the settings if we can like put it on screen, or not even just on the live stream, but just in call, just in case.
yes, that'd be lovely. I'm so down to do music stuff tonight. I feel so like motivated, and yeah. I was also gonna say, people were asking a question that was tailored towards you. They were saying, what software do you use?
Oh, if I could get everything working in just a minute, then everybody can see for themselves.
Ooh, we're being teased, everyone.
Hey John, where's Kermit the Frog? I don't know how
No.
he got there, but he's downstairs. Like, I got a Kermit puppet for Christmas, thanks to my sister, and I had not been able to put it down until like recently because I gotta have my two hands. So, but like I could show it. I show it on my own stream, so I don't know if I'll be able to show it here. But suffice to say, I have a Kermit puppet. It's with me, and every now and again, I just talk to myself, back and forth with the Kermit puppet in hand. It's a thing that happens. Don't further question it. Okay, make selection. All right. I put up the thing up here. I'm just going to see if audio actually goes through. I mean, it's in the thing.
Yeah.
The thing is loaded up. I'm not sure if sound is actually going through the interface.
Sorry, could you repeat that? Oh, you're streaming.
Yeah, I just plugged in a digital synthesizer. I'm not sure if the chat can hear it or anything. But
yes, they can.
They can? Where? Anybody hear that?
Ba-da-bum.
Okay, so you can hear it. Okay,
Should I turn
yeah,
that
maybe a good idea to turn the input volume down. All right. Okay, that is just a random plugin that I loaded up. So yeah, this is the thing for the thing, and I use this thing to make the other thing. I forgot how to words. This is Logic Pro. This is the interface that I use to make all different kinds of music. It's the only workstation that I am used to. It's the only one that I use. I don't know how to use stuff like Cubase or Pro Tools or Ableton because I'm a Mac user, and I know us Mac users can get a little feisty about that, but it's gotten me this far. And this is a currently unreleased piece of music that it's basically a giant code that I'm still trying to crack. But if I could see if this plays. Let's boost the volume over here. There's a synth pad that forgot to play. That's a piano piece. As you can see, my interface is very cluttered. So let me just clean up the mess.
Oh, this part actually made me cry the first time I listened to it. I have to be real. I'm a simp for this piece.
Yeah, I love making people cry, and I think it's a good indicator that what you do is very effective.
Yeah,
It feels so ethereal, and just like it feels like those really fantastical scenes of After Last Airbender in Spirit World.
See, guys, this is what happens to the things I sporadically play on the piano. Okay, it's not just like playing. John eats this up.
I mean, I try.
I love that we're collaborating.
Both ideas in one particular piece. I don't know if this is definitely not the song though. Just to clear that out.
Yes, this is like the theme, but it's the same motif.
All right, this is Air Studios. Spitfire strings. There are some things that I have not updated yet. Remember, an artist's work is never finished. Okay. How did you get the piano to sound so majestic? It's just Air Studios piano. It's part of the Spitfire Symphony Orchestra. I don't think I've added the dynamics to this one just yet.
Are you gonna make the dynamics like
Okay, so, in terms of the flute, no, because when I say I haven't added the dynamics yet, I mean that the playing style of this instrument has not been adjusted. So it's very like a static form of playing. If I set where's the thing? All right, so this is my dynamics knob. it's set at the lowest possible, but as soon as I turn it up, it gets louder and louder and louder and louder. So I haven't adjusted that part of it for this instrument yet. As you can see, you have like shades, darker shades that go up and down in this particular MIDI file. Yeah, that means the dynamics have been adjusted, but that's nowhere for the flutes or the horns and all that stuff, except for that little part. So this is what may be Royals of Cora's official orchestral theme, because our direction is we have a completely orchestral theme, and then we have a song, right? Because that we were talking about like lyrics and stuff just a couple of minutes ago. But I will have to like spoil something about my writing process, because this particular melody, if it could load, this particular melody on the flute, this particular melody was written by me in 2018, and I've never had a place for it anywhere. I thought I could release it as my own personal project, but that never happened, and I'm not sure as why. But as I was like scouring through my head for potential ideas for this project, I should I thought, maybe this could work, because I've sent a couple of other demos to the crew, and they were great, but they didn't seem to fit the quote unquote main theme territory, which is completely fine. So I opted for this, and everybody seemed to love it. Everyone seems to think it's very ethereal and magical. The hardest part is just putting the things down. Like as I said earlier, all of the stuff that I hear in my head are already there in my head, but it's a matter of where do I put this specific sound? What specific instrument do I use? And now that we're implementing like synthesizers, adding more fantastical elements that sound very ethereal but also adherent to modern technology, it just becomes a difficult process, but at the same time, it just serves as experience, and a lot of lessons can be learned here. No, I was not just a baby at that time. How old was I in 2018?
Oh wait,
I
wanted to
was.
say, sorry. Everyone, Mystical is going to be hitting the hay. I just want to say thank you so much for everything you did today.
Thanks, Mystical.
Everyone, hype up Mystical. We love you, Mystical. It's looking
you.
so good, and I can't wait to see how it progresses.
Get some good rest, pal.
Hey, would you mind if I made a video with like the multiple versions I have of it?
Yeah. And to post?
Yep.
I mean, sure. But yes. Have an incredible rest of your night, Mystical.
Good night.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Sorry, a previous voice came out for a second there.
I guess this is being rebranded to a music stream.
I guess so.
Should I?
Sorry to rain on y'all's parade,
should
everybody.
end it
I
and
just
start
got
it
here.
again? Should I end it and start it again with a new name?
I don't. What does the chat think? Chat, should we
Actually,
like
no,
start
it's
something
fine.
completely new, or?
It's fine. Never mind.
Oh, here's something else that I wanted to point out. There's a lot of effects on this particular instrument.
I love that. Hey, did you do that after the note that I gave about like the other shows, or was that always there?
This was added recently.
Yes,
I don't
that is so good. That makes my okay, sorry, continue.
That makes your what? I mean,
that just I don't know, that makes my brain like feel nice. Like it's so great. It's so great, and it's like I love it when we can like make it synthy, the orchestra synthy.
Yeah, actually, it's practically just a repeat of whatever this instrument is doing here. but because it's a program synthesizer, I don't have to factor in like, oh, how would this be played live? There are definitely a lot more notes added to it. As you can see, this is a lot more cluttered than this. There's a lot less space. So I use this. This is an emulation of the Juno 6, which is an analog synthesizer created in the 1980s. I use two different oscillators and no chorus effects. So this is what it sounds like raw. It sounds very robotic. It sounds very electronic. So I added in, what if it just goes back left and right? If I could exaggerate that. It just goes back and forth between the left and the right speaker. Then I added
Why
delay
are we here?
so that, bits and pieces just like scatter around. And then I added reverb to drown out the attack because I wanted it to have a very not really a soft attack, but not a hard attack either. So I drowned the instrument in reverb, so it sounded very wishy-washy and very ethereal, very heavenly, which is the direction that they wanted. And it makes room for all the other notes from the live instruments to be programmed in a way that it sounds a lot more human because something is already quantized or fit together where they should be. As you can see, this is very clean, very by the book and all that stuff. So stuff like the piano, the dulcimer, and even the strings could have room to like be a little more flexible. It could be a little early, could be a little late because there are already electronic elements into it. I did not consider this beforehand. My original vision was to have it completely orchestral, which is something that I had to like knock out of my own head. Because looking back at River and Zephyr's theme, and especially looking to Calamity's work, I do not know where I got the idea that this would be completely orchestral. So that's just something that I have to beat out of my system for now. And that's why I became more open to synthesizers in this project. What does this do? I have no idea what this does. It's too low for me to determine. That's over here. Okay, we're going to adjust that. So it has more flow. 67, 57 to 67. So it has a rising tone. And then rinse and repeat. That has more movement. Movement is very important when it comes to instruments. Since we're dealing with magic, anything. What's that quote from Arthur C. Clarke? Anything of something about science is indistinguishable from magic. That I butchered that quote, but you get the idea.
Any
But
sufficiently advanced
Yeah.
technology is indistinguishable from magic.
That is very true. And would it surprise? Again, I keep mentioning this. Would it surprise you that I don't know very much about music theory? I don't. I've
That's
only
always
recent.
surprised me.
I know, right? It's so weird. I've only recently began like trying to teach myself to read notes, like notation and sheet music and all that stuff. Let me see if I can pull up something like this.
That's so real.
Can this
Same.
be seen? Can this be seen in
Yes.
the live? I'm not quite sure. There we go.
Oh,
There we
is that
go.
treble clef? I can't read treble clef. I can only.
I can't read it either.
I can only read bass clef. Can you read bass clef?
I don't think there's a bass clef in this because this is the piano. Or wait,
Oh,
this is the
yeah.
synth. This is the synth. Let me see if I can pull up the score for the piano.
I can read both actually.
Oh gosh,
good.
I have no idea how to read this.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Let me. The bass clef. Oh,
Let me zoom in on
because
that.
of the ledger lines.
Not necessarily.
Ledger lines make me mad, honestly. Like I need.
Yeah,
I
mine
need to be
too.
transposed.
Okay, put the score over here, and then I have no idea how to read any of this stuff. So there's the. I'm pretty sure that's the arpeggio. I don't know
Logic
how to
Pro
read any
can
of it.
can just do that for you.
I guess
That
I've never
is
learned how to use this.
cool.
Uh,
How much
so,
is
so, so
that?
violins 1, violins 2. Nothing over there. Nothing over there. Oh, so this accounts for all of the instruments. I'm trying to look for the piano specifically. Okay.
Was this a
I can't.
one-time payment? Or like, do
What
they
do you mean a
charge you
one time?
monthly for this software?
Nope. You can practically just purchase it off of like the App Store for like $200,
Oh
which
wow.
is not not which is not cheap. Like
It
this
isn't.
is not cheap. And even then, all this stuff costs a lot. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to buy such instruments.
Yeah, but I do think it's
Um,
worth it for what you can do, especially if
oh,
like
it's so worth
if you're
it.
someone who's making sheet music as well, that is a blessing that it can just do that for you.
Anybody use MuseScore? Because I don't.
Uh,
John, you don't need to know music theory when you're using magic to create music. Yeah, but it's nice to like know certain stuff. For example,
do you
like
know
time
sorry?
signatures.
Do you know that like the dynamic like terms like staccato and stuff?
Okay. So here's kind of a cheat that I had developed. Well, not really developed because it was laid out for me. So if I open up, let's say a violin or any of the orchestral instruments that I have loaded up here, they have different articulations. So depending on where you press on the keyboard, um, you can switch between articulations. So if I press a certain button, it'll turn into a spiccato note. But if I press another button, it turns into a tremolo. And then I press another button, it just turns into your standard bowed sustain, all that kind of stuff. And what's great about Spitfire Audio, which is the sample developer of the orchestra that I'm using, is that for every articulation that's loaded, they have like the notation sign on its like logo. So if you click on it, it says here like say a consordino, it says consord, or there's like the icon for spiccato or marcato or just basically anything that you would write on a piece of paper to indicate that specific articulation. It's already there. The problem is I myself have not gotten around to memorize anything specific. There's this articulation called the Bartok Pizzicata, which just looks like a power up sign, so that's pretty easy. Um, there's FX, where it literally just says FX, so not much to ravel about there. It's it's laid out there for me. I think it's just a matter of like getting yourself to memorize all this stuff. And I'll have you know that one of the co-founders of Spitfire Audio and one of the developers for this orchestra doesn't know music theory as much as I do, and yet he's a full-time composer. He's done stuff like Top Gear, I believe, which is a car show, I guess. He's also worked with the likes of Hans Zimmer for recently Dune Part Two. A lot of sound design and other soundscapes that for that movie were developed by that same guy. And he also has his other company, and he's spoken time and again that he doesn't know how to read music. He doesn't know a lot of music theory, but a lot of his stuff and his expertise has been used throughout the industry. So I don't know if I'll be able to become something like that per se, but never say
You
never.
will.
Um,
You will.
Thanks.
You will.
Also, has anybody started playing Marvel Rivals yet? I'm in my gamer era, so that's another thing. Like I started playing PS5 games now because we have a PS5. We've had one for like 2 years, and I've only ever started to use it since like what last week.
You have a legend name too, like John G.
Yeah. Any Christopher Nolan fans over here? They would, if they've seen his first movie, then they would also understand. I'm a walking reference. Gamer era, heck yeah.
Is
Yeah.
your name not actually John G?
Oh, it's my name is John G.
Okay.
It was like a bloody it was like a really, really nice coincidence.
That's good.
So, yeah. My real last name is Gonzalez, which is a very, very Filipino name.
No, but I love it.
Thanks, me too. I couldn't find it in myself to like
Gonzalez.
get a completely different stage name altogether. And John G is number one, it's simple. It stays true to my actual name, and it's a reference to one of my favorite film directors, Christopher Nolan, where in one of his movies, like the protagonist's enemy, his name is John G. No spoilers for the movie, but it was quite a coincidence. So I thought it best to like just use that instead.
Question, John.
Where else can I use this thing?
Is this
Because I know everybody loves this sound, but I don't know where
John,
else to put it.
is
Yeah?
what you sent earlier just like the synths underneath this?
I don't think so. I think all of the instruments in that passage were accounted for.
Oh, really? Okay. That's this, right?
I believe so, yeah. I don't know why the strings are not playing anything in a second. I have to lower the volume of that just a little bit. Because it's really over. I'm using like dynamic headphones, so some things are a lot.
I love the upright bass at the back, right? That's an upright bass, right?
Yeah, that's an upright bass. Then I would add like first and second violins over here, tremolo swell. How would I do this? So like,
my only thing is just if you are planning to like add more, is making it a little more electric.
A little more what?
Electric.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure that out.
Getting that nice like balance. Good night,
The
Ayo.
vibrato is off the charts. I'm gonna try something in a second. I forgot what comes next. So let's put that over there. I should really enter deadline mode for this. Let's see how well that translates
Also,
to
I just,
both.
I just want to say randomly, when it comes to the way we actually do the song, what I'm gonna do is I feel a little more confident in creating a piano demo, so I'm going to like create a full demo, and then I'll just give that to you, and you can do whatever you want with it, and yeah. Oh, that's so pretty.
Okay, octaves over there. Let's see how that works. They're coming in a little late, so I'm going to adjust that. Lower the dynamics of that. Thankfully, people so far think that this sounds majestic. I'm so relieved because it's not even complete.
Yeah, it should sound
Hello, Choco. Welcome to the stream. I'm just over here What the heck am I doing here?
Hello, Queso.
uh,
Queso.
composing, I guess. Where do I go from there? Dun, 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 dun. How do I go? Going back. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I saw your
Dun.
Sonic 3 thing. What do you think? Of
Oh
Sonic
gosh.
3?
Chat, look away.
Why was Sonic 3 so sad?
Hey, I haven't seen it. All right, chat.
Oh.
Can I just vent just for a quick
You
second
haven't
regarding
seen
Sonic 3?
it?
I haven't seen it, and the reason why is beyond my control because in my country, the Philippines, there's a film festival that lasts between December 25 to January 14, which means the majority of the films that would be released in that area nationwide would have to be delayed until the second half of January. Ergo, Sonic the Hedgehog's release date was delayed to January 15, which means I'm still unable to see it until 2 weeks from now. So please, no spoilers.
I mean, you're so real for the clickbait.
So they got rid of Sonic the Hedgehog, but not Mufasa. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Mufasa is still in theaters, but somehow not Sonic the Hedgehog. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, it's Mufasa. What can we
I
do?
always wanted the brother. Sorry, it's. I have to admit, it's a bit of an earworm. I always wanted the brother. What did you say about my brother? We're not gonna get copyright stuck here, chat. Okay. Everyone get together. Get yourself together, John. I feel like there's too much vibrato in here. Actually, there's no vibrato at all. That explains a lot. What comes after this? There we go. There we go. All right, gonna fix that. Sorry, I have to delete this version first. Adjust that. I do apologize for the barking dogs outside. It's never ideal, but you know, we live in a neighborhood, so. Da, 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 da. Gotta fix that over there. Half of what I do is just this. Okay, how will that? Not again. This is why I don't go through crowded areas very much anymore. Okay, that's gonna sound dangerous. Over here. I don't usually have people look at me as I work. This is a very unfamiliar experience. Okay. Go over there. Not this again. All right. This is why I'm staying in the Philippines for now, chat. Until America gets itself together. And I say that as an American citizen. I I still feel like that could be done a little better. It's really hard to make realistic strings. Oh, there's a bump over there. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Oh, here's something that the chat had probably not heard of yet. Okay. This is also a piece that I had composed back in 2018 that I never found the home for until now. It was originally written in this key. That's why I modulated it a little bit.
Have you seen Wicked, John?
Yes, I have. I saw it twice.
Good.
And I cried harder the second time. Oh, great. Now my project's going to hang because I pressed something wrong. I don't know where I'm going to put the brass. I feel like I'm going to keep the brass very mellow because there's already a lot of elements already. We haven't mapped out the synths. I don't know where. Oh, I know where I can put that. Let's just skip over here. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna transfer that onto the synth. Octave up. Dun, dun, bum, bum, dun, bum. Once the main theme we release, watch me somehow floating in the sky. We've got a render glitch in real life before GTA 6, guys. Da, 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 da.
Oh my god, it's January 1st.
Okay, gotta remove that. Whoop, whoop. There we go. There we go. Where's that coming? Okay, G. There, found another place for the ARPing synthesizer that y'all like. If people can hear it. Let's make that transition a little wider. I guess you put the name Sleepy in Sleepy Hollow, but anyways. A lo-fi version of this theme. Please relax. Wait. We're barely coming up with the original version as is. Oh, okay. I forgot there's no EQ on this. That's why. Going back over here. Nope. Dun, 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 dun. ba 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 da ba ba. That's going a little too far. And then add a tremolo run over there. Tremolo run. Where does that go? All right. Maybe this is the key to getting things done faster. Just have the stream watch me as I go through the pressure of delivering. Maybe that's what I need.
I feel like that kind of is the key.
What? What? Where's the articulation? Okay, something's not right here. There we go. But would this translate realistically? You think it'd be anybody here play violin, like actual violin? Would this be like an easy jump from such a high octave? I'll make it shorter.
Wait, play it again.
Do you think that's like enough time to sound realistic?
Yes, but also isn't there multiple players with different?
Yeah, but honestly, you're right.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
But they're playing in unison.
Well, some of them have different, like, that high note might be like someone else's job, and the rest are supposed to like come in and like play the rest.
Yeah, but each sample already accounts for all 16 players in the section. Well, let's see how this goes, because we also have the second violins taking it into account. Move that down here. Probably should move that down here as well. Lower that velocity. That I don't like the sound of that. What do you think is the hardest part about making music? The easiest and the hardest. I don't really think there is a quote unquote easy bit. I think every bit of making something like this requires some level of difficulty into the mix. But if I were to choose like the easiest part, I guess it would probably be choosing what samples to use. Excuse the motorcycle in the back. It's because I'm green, isn't it? All right. So this orchestra in particular that we're using for Sunnyside, it was recorded in a place called Air Studios. Now, movies like Harry Potter, Interstellar, Pirates of the Caribbean, they were all recorded in Air Studios. Now, I have two libraries depending on what type of orchestration I want to make. For a lot more complex stuff, I would use this Air Studios string library because I feel like the way that the room translates into the sound is very different compared to my other one. For a more cinematic but less detailed, it would be this place called Teldex recording stage. Very different sound, very different timbre. It's what I use to do stuff that is a little more hybrid, like more action oriented. But if we're going for a more traditional, a little more complex, something like Sunnyside, I chose this sample library because it has such a warm and lush tone. That's what it's notorious for. So I thought it would be best to use something very warm and ethereal in nature. And the articulation's not loading up. Hang on a second. The hardest part about making music is making it, honestly, because when you write a piece of music, you're not just writing a piece of music. You have to account for every single piece of music written by every single other person in history, because you might have written something that somebody else has already like come up with and released officially. Has anybody here seen The Office? There's this viral video. I believe it was by uh Daniel Thrasher. There's this guy called Daniel Thrasher. He made a skit about like, oh, I accidentally wrote something that already exists. You always have to account for that. The pressure of writing something completely original is always upon you, because at worst case, at the best case scenario, whoever you're writing that piece of music for doesn't like what you write, and worst case scenario, you actually get a copyright lawsuit because you accidentally wrote something that's already into existence. I believe that's one of the hardest parts of
also,
making music.
You're not just writing for one like instrument. You are coordinating multiple different sounds, and some of them
Oh,
play
yes.
different notes for harmonies and such.
Oh yes. Oh, you're so right. And the different timbres, like a violin and a French horn playing the same note sound completely different. So you had to take into account like if ever too many instruments are playing the same thing and all that stuff. The hardest part of making music is just making it. But I try not to let that discourage me, because whenever I do perform, so far everybody likes it. So what is my opinion about Nightcore? you mean TikTok version sped up plus reverb?
Yes.
I have no strong opinions about it. I think it's not a market for me.
My opinion is just that you have a short attention span.
Hey.
If you listen to like Nightcore, I mean, I used to be a big Nightcore person. Sometimes I like it. It's just your attention span is cooked.
Nightcore. It's been a while since I heard that. Yeah, nowadays it's called TikTok version plus sped up plus reverb plus ultra and all that stuff. I don't really have a strong opinion on Nightcore or Daycore. You know, the thing whether sped up or slowed down. I think it's a benefit. I think there are benefits to listening to some type of music sped up or slowed down. It derives a very different experience. But the problem is that those adjustments could easily take yourself away from the original experience. Like for me, it's similar to having to have like an ad break into a 15-minute song. Because I listen to a lot of movie soundtracks. I listen to a lot of rock and roll music, and sometimes those songs can be pretty lengthy. One of my favorite pieces of music of all time is called A Dark Knight. It's from the movie Dark Knight, like Batman, and it's 16 minutes long. And I would hate it if there was like an ad break at the 8th minute, and which is why I don't like listening to stuff on YouTube very often. It's like that. It takes away from the experience. Like any adjustments that take away from the original material could be a detriment. It could be a nice experience to have like a break every once in a while, or experiencing something in a different way. But if it takes away from the original intention, it could be very, very dangerous. So that's why I try not to have strong opinions on Nightcore or Daycore. The rarest thing in 2025 has to be a person with an attention span that isn't slightly cooked. Hey, I listen to movie soundtracks, all right? It takes a lot of attention span to listen to something as complex as orchestral music, especially when those tracks could extend to more than 10 minutes, sometimes even 20. And another piece of music that one of my favorites is from the Interstellar soundtrack. It's 11 minutes long, and it takes forever to build up, but when it does, it's so satisfying. It's called Murph. The track is called Murph. It's on the Interstellar soundtrack. If you haven't heard of that, it's one of the lesser known themes from the score. Everybody knows the the church organ theme. But apart from that, there's a lot to uncover in the Interstellar soundtrack. So I recommend that. Just a lot of long tracks that require a lot of patience to endure, which is probably the theme of the movie. But I also don't like to open social media in the morning. So okay, what else can we do here? I have a really, let's see. We were supposed to figure out how this sounds in context. Okay. That should be a little louder. We're gonna dip, rise and dip, and then do that again. Okay, let's do that for the other side. This needs to be louder. The dip, rise and fall, and then mild crescendo. Whoop, that's not the articulation I had in mind. Hey, just so you know, YouTube Premium is mostly how people like me can, get monetized. So, are there any game soundtracks that you like? There's this. I'm gonna show a total bias here, but there's a game called Transformers Devastation. Very awesome soundtrack. It's an inspiration of mine. I don't talk about it much because I don't have much opportunity, but I guess you could say it's one of my favorites is Transformers Devastation. There's also the Guitar Hero 3 soundtrack. That's also pretty cool. Like the dynamics of this thing should be a little louder because this is the second part. It's very staccato driven, so that's where we turn to back to the piano sketching area. All right. I want Hershey. Okay, now that somebody's mentioned it, I really do like Hershey's cookies and cream. I don't care what anybody says.
John, I am afraid we will have to end it here, unfortunately.
I suppose that is correct because it's 4 o'clock over here.
Yes, it's 12 a.m. for me. But thank you
Oh,
so
dear.
much, and everyone, please hype up John. And I cannot wait to see the next rendition of this. And I'll get to working on the demo as well. And Avi, if you're gonna be awake, like just on your own terms, I'll like text you like everything that I have to say because I was actually like I was reading up on what you were saying and thinking about it and seeing the changes. But thank you for being here, and yes, y'all are amazing. This was so much fun. Always love a good music stream, and also this stuff is gonna be in like a big behind the scenes video one day. So say hello to your future selves.
That's going in the archive.